Hello folks, and welcome back once again. Let me fill you in real quick. So we are now standing, as we have been all day, on the Schuylkill and Lehigh Railroad branch, the Redding's Schuylkill and Lehigh branch, originally the Burks County Railroad. We're now north of Lenhartsville. We've left Lenhartsville. We're approaching Albany Township, which is near the southern terminus of the Wanamaker, Kempton, and Southern. However, they don't run on that particular stretch of track from Kempton to Albany yet, but you never know. Maybe one day they will. But we're south of that now, in between Kempton and Lenhartsville, as I mentioned. We have the Maiden Creek here that we've been following. Off in the distance there is Pennsylvania Route 143. So let me tell you a story about the Burks County Railroad. The Burks County Railroad, as I have mentioned in previous videos today, chartered in 1871, completed in 1874, filed for bankruptcy in 1875. Interesting story about that, though. So the Burks County Railroad was kind of like a middle finger to the Philadelphia and Reading. See, the Burks County Railroad was built because the Philadelphia and Reading Iron and Coal Company had the coal business under their thumb, you could say, in the southern Berks County area. So the Wilmington and Northern could only get coal from the Philadelphia and Reading Iron and Coal Company. So they came up with this plan to build this Burks County Railroad that was going to go through Burks County from Reading up into the Slate Belt, Slatedale, Slatington, up to a connection with the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Because Asa Packer, who owned the Lehigh Valley Railroad, wanted to get his coal down into the Wilmington, Philadelphia market. So how else to do that? You got to build a railroad. Well, the Philadelphia and Reading wasn't very happy about this, and since they were the big dog in this area, so to say, they told the Lehigh Valley Railroad that if they continued to run coal down the Berks County, they would stop interchanging. The Philadelphia and Reading would stop interchanging with the Lehigh Valley. So Lehigh Valley didn't have much of a choice. They said, okay, I guess we're going to have to figure out something else. So Burks County Railroad can no longer haul coal. Went bankrupt. Reorganized as I believe it was the Burks and Lehigh Railroad. Leased it to the Philadelphia and Reading. So now the Philadelphia and Reading owns the railroad that's running up from Reading up to Slatington. So now it's their lease. Now they have it. Things fall apart. The railroad's reorganized again as the Schuylkill and Lehigh Railroad, and then immediately leased to the Philadelphia and Reading as the Schuylkill and Lehigh branch. And that's the way it remains until abandonment. So yeah, pretty much it was built to steal coal from the Philadelphia and Reading Coal Company, or to steal coal business. And Philadelphia and Reading pretty much said, no, we're not going to do that. We will just not work with the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Guess it worked out in the Philadelphia and Reading's favor, because they eventually get this branch. As time goes by, this doesn't even get used as a coal road. It eventually becomes an agriculture road and a passenger road. From what I've read, it's two main, what's the word I'm looking for? The two big things that it hauled: people and potatoes. Nicknames for the S&L: the Slow and Lonesome. Schuylkill and Lehigh, Slow and Lonesome, so that works out good. The locals called it the Burksy. As you can see, we're walking on the bed right now. Now, we've been in this spot before, you and I, but we were on the opposite side. We're coming up on that spot that in the summertime, we found those strange bridge supports in the middle of the Maiden Creek. And a couple of you mentioned pedestrian bridge, which is exactly what it was. It was confirmed in the, and by confirmed, it was told to me by a reliable source that that was indeed a footbridge. Now, what I find interesting was the iron for this footbridge produced at the Maiden Creek iron furnace where we just were. Would make sense, unless this bridge, well, even if this bridge predates the railroad, it doesn't matter, because these roads were all in place here. This is Kirk Road right here. These are all old farming roads, been here many, many, many years. So they could have just carted the iron down here to make this bridge. Or they could have had, who knows, they could have had a small blast furnace right on site here to make the iron. I doubt that very much, but I think after this we're going to go quickly document where this railroad becomes active again in Albany Township, and then I think we're going to go up a little bit up the Wanamaker, Kempton, and Southern, which is the active Schuylkill and Lehigh. And there's a culvert I want to check out there. So you can see here are these supports that we looked at. There's another one there across the creek. We were in that creek. It was much lower in the summertime. We were able to walk up it, and actually if you were to follow this bed about a mile, maybe not even, maybe 3/4 of a mile up, there's an intact abandoned bridge up there that I have a video on. I don't know how to get you to that video, but I will post the name of that video in the description if you want to go check it out. But as you can see, there was a bridge here one time. The last time we were here, you and I were standing on that side, looking at this side right here. This is the first time I've actually stood on this side. I've been on that side many times and walked down that bed. It is private property, so I won't be doing it. I use the Maiden Creek now to get where I need to go. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 bridge supports. And I don't know how it all would have worked here. I really don't know. There's a bunch of bricks here. I don't know if that's dumped. Well, obviously it's dumped because there was train tracks here at one time. That's silly for me to say. But yeah, this was a pedestrian bridge to get to the other side. And when the water is really low, you can just drive like a 4x4. You can just drive right across, and you can see the road continues over there. So this was some sort of farming road, I would have to imagine. Probably led to a more farm over that way, and they required this bridge possibly to get across, maybe when it was icy or flooding. But yeah, this is a probably an original Burks County Railroad bridge. Concrete probably added for support by Reading later on. Old culvert beneath the new culvert, stone there, so that goes back a ways too. All right, pretty cool, right? More excellent Schuylkill and Lehigh finds. Some cool history there. Footbridge across the Maiden Creek. So let's head up to Albany Township to where the rail bed becomes active again. See you up there.